Hey guys, how's it going? I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be doing an album review, which I know is something I haven't done on my channel in a while. I think the last album review I did was of Red's latest album, Declaration, which I gave a 10 out of 10 to, and that rating still holds true for me. So, will this album that I'm going to be reviewing be a 10 out of 10? Who knows? But the band that I'm going to be reviewing is a band that's been around since the 90s. I think they are one of the most underrated grunge bands from the 90s. I don't think they truly got the recognition they deserved. And I can understand why. They were going up against Alice in Chains and Nirvana and Soundgarden, among others. But the band I'm going to be talking about is the band Bush and their latest album, The Kingdom, which came out back on July 17th. Uh, this is one of my most anticipated releases of the year so far. And the reason why is because Bush has become one of my favorite grunge bands of the 90s. They're definitely in my top four, I would say. They're in my big four, let's just put it like that. And ever since they released their debut single for this album, Flowers on a Grave, I immediately knew that. Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. Flowers on a Grave wasn't the debut single. It was Bullet Holes. Bullet Holes was the debut single. Flowers on a Grave came later. It was the second single released. Sorry about that. Either way, both of these songs are fantastic, and I just had a feeling that this album was going to be really good based on what I was hearing from those two singles. And this album does not disappoint at all, in my opinion. Um, Now, as always, I'm not going to talk about every single song. I'm going to give you guys my top five. I'm going to tell you what I like about them and why you guys should check them out as well. Uh, well, I've already talked about the first two, Bullet Holes and Flowers on a Grave. Really, really good sounding songs. Definitely something that you would have heard in the 90s during the height of the grunge movement. Um, Gavin Rossdale, the lead singer, does a fantastic job all around. The music is, gritty, just everything that you would expect from grunge. Uh, and I think the song Bullet Holes was featured in the movie John Wick Chapter 3, which I think that was pretty cool. Yeah, but out of these two lead off singles, I think my favorite would have to be Flowers on a Grave, just because I think it's more well put together. I think it's more well played than Bullet Holes. But Bullet Holes is still a really good song, in my opinion. You definitely should check out both of those. Excuse me. Okay, the third song I'm going to talk about is a song called Ghosts in the Machine. And I've heard a lot of people say that this might be their favorite song on the whole album. It's not my favorite off of the album, but it's definitely in my top five. Otherwise I wouldn't be talking about it. Uh, it's just like you would expect from a grunge album. It's got gritty guitars, awesome instrumentation all around. Gavin Rossdale once again does a fantastic job with his vocal delivery, and it just sounds really, really cool. It's got a cool groove to it, especially in the catchiness of the chorus, and it'll have you singing it for days, definitely. Once again, Ghost in the Machine, another fantastic song off of this album. And the next song I'm going to talk about is, now this is personally my favorite song from the album, and it's the song Blood River. Um, I was hooked on this song the first time I heard it. Um, it still holds as my favorite song off of this album, and I can't really describe it to you. You guys are just gonna have to listen to it for yourself. but it's definitely really good. It's just, once again, I know I'm sounding like a broken record here, but it's exactly what you would expect. Uh, but it's just got some cool riffs, cool lyrics. The chorus is very catchy. It's very melodic. Excuse me. Sorry. And it's just really good overall. Like I said, it's my favorite song off of the album. And the fifth and final song I'm going to talk about is a song called "Words Are Not Impediments." This would probably be my second or third favorite from this album. I've heard some people on reviews that I have seen of this album say that this is one of their least favorites, and I personally don't understand that. But it's their opinion; they have a right to it. I personally don't agree, but that's just me. Excuse me, I don't know what's going on with my voice today. But anyway, Words Are Not Impediments. I think it's really cool. This is probably in my opinion, the catchiest song on the whole album, especially, and not just in the chorus, just the verses. It just has a really cool vibe and ebb and flow to it, if you will. It's really, really good, and I definitely think that it's another one worth checking out. Um, yeah, that's really all I have to say. Overall, on my initial reaction to the song, I feel like I can't talk today. My initial reaction to this whole album was to give it a really strong 7.5 out of 10, because there were a couple of songs in the middle that I thought kind of drug the album down. But after listening to this album a couple of more times, I'm going to up my score from a 7.5 to a really solid 9. I'm going to give Bush's new album, The Kingdom, a 9 out of 10. And right now, as it stands, this is my second favorite album of the year so far, right behind Red's Declaration. So yeah, not quite a 10, but almost there. Alright guys, I don't know how many grunge fans we have on my channel, but if you are, just tell me what you thought of the album. Tell me if you... Why do I feel like I can't talk? I can't put words together. I apologize. Just leave a comment down below. Tell me your thoughts. If you've heard the album, if you would like to hear the album, if you want to get into grunge at some point, I say why not start with this album right here. Alright guys, I'm going to quit rambling now. As always, leave a comment down below. Subscribe to my channel. Tell your friends about me. Take care. This is probably the worst video I've done yet. Take care.